This nondescript school in the heart of the Baling district in Kedah may not look like it, but this was when Malaya took its tentative steps towards nationhood. The year was 1955. The national movement for independence from the British was at its zenith, led by Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Haj, then the Chief Minister of Malaya. However, one obstacle stood in the way: the Malayan Communist Party. Before the British would grant Malaya its independence, the provisional administration had to prove that it could bring the communists to their knees. They had to disarm. In what has become known as the Baling Peace Talks, this school, Sekolah Kebangsaan Tunku Putra, then known as Baling English School, was picked as ground zero for the negotiations between the CPM, led by its Secretary General Chin Peng, and the Provisional Authority, headed by Tunku Abdul Rahman. 64 years on, the block where the antagonists were housed for 2 days during the talks under tight security has been left to wither and rot. Just a few meters from this annex, which served as the teachers' quarters, up a slight incline, is the actual half-wood, half-concrete school block where the talks were conducted under the intense glare of media spotlight. Black and white newsreels and British Pathé film crews documented the event that transfixed the globe. The outcome of these talks would shape the world post-World War II and would either stop the march of communism throughout Asia or enable it to spread unfettered. On that day, December 28, 1955, 2 sets of long tables and 3 chairs were arranged to face each other inside the school block. The 6 men, Tunku, Tun Tan Cheng Lock, and Singapore Chief Minister David Marshall on the side of the administration, and CPM's Chin Peng, Chien Tien, and Rashid Maidin across them, stared down at each other as the communists laid down their demands. The discussions were intense, heated, and protracted. The fate of the country hung in the balance. Today, this block, which had witnessed the seminal moment in the nation's history, has been turned into a music room. The furniture, chairs and tables that were used in the talks are now in storage somewhere in and nearby the school. Jaafar Ismail, 93, had the distinction of witnessing history as it happened. Known to the locals as Pak Lang Jaafar, the former gardener of the school was entrusted by the authorities to prepare the accommodation for the CPM delegation.
Headmaster for me is tell me tomorrow the school area I want to very clear, don't want to dirty.
Like many, Pak Lang Jaafar is hopeful that the authorities would fund a restoration campaign and give the site the historical importance it deserves.
Memang sangat-sangat rugi lah. Sangat rugi. Yang tu sekorang-korangnya kena buat macam mana yang hak mula yang ada nak repair balik. Hang tak mau ubah suai pun tak apa. Buat bagi elok balik ya ikut hak lama tak apa. Bagi ada jangan bagi rosak ya.
So, what is the significance of this school to our independence?
Jadi dalam sekolah Baling itu saya telah sebutkan itulah tempat mula kemenangan Perikatan Berjuang dengan Komunis.
Tunku left for London almost immediately after the Baling talks, which he described as the starting block in the quest for Malaya's independence. It's ironic that our school students often have to rely on Google and YouTube when dealing with the subject of the Baling talks, when they could relive the 2 days at the place where it actually happened. More perplexing is the fact that a building of such historical significance such as this is not even listed as a National Heritage Site. It is just categorized as a heritage site. The National Heritage Act stipulates that the responsibility of caring and the preservation of a historical site lie with the owners. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. The significance of the school in this nation's struggle for independence and the quest for freedom against a tyrannical oppressor cannot be overstated. If a cause is worth dying for, surely its symbolism is worth preserving.